Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Yellow, 15. Race don't travel.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. They complete it to Hill. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Now here's Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. 53. 52. 53 at the line. All day.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. But that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. The first carry for the former Hawkeye, Akram Wadley. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Akram Wadley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know...
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Darren Lee in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
He can't hang. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Motion.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
53. Check 53. Tight. Check curls.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he'll find Hall. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I got you, baby. I got you. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Go. I got you. Sub. Go.
Allen now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Mike, 53. Mike. 56. Tackle. Hey, Echo. Look out.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
53. I'm coming for you, son. 53's the mic. Alert. It's just me and you. It's just smooth. 53's the mic. 50. Here we go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check hot route. Hot.
From the gun, it's Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Middle. Hey, Foxtrot. 53's the mic.
From the gun, Allen. And able to find Kirk complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
53.
Round 80. Alert, alert, alert.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Slam, slam, slam.
Alert.
Mike, 53. 53.
Hey, high 7.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Middle.
Allen throwing again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Regular. Let's go.
Throwing is Allen on third. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Alert.
Let's go. Hey,
Bravo.
number 53. Mike, 53. Silver. 53's the Mike. 53.
What's that?
53.
And again, it's Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Half 85.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Get your swarm on. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
5 wide.
Now Allen again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Watch the boot. Hey, switch. Say,
All 52. What's that?
Operating from the gun, Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Wadley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bills' 46-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Yellow.
Watch 49. Exit.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Yellow. Let's go, Woo, Eddie.
Watch the run. Alert 3.
Attack. Hey, 15.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. There goes a deep ball. End zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Chiefs 14, Bills 0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again on second down. Allen. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Motion. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53. You can't.
Allen maybe with a free play. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense.
You. Let's go. Hey,
Tight.
53. Mike, 53. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Check. Home.
Hey, switch.
Half. Let's go.
And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
McKenzie now to return it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back. And it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. They run here with Wadley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They run again with Wadley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On the carry, it's Wadley. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Here we go. Switch. Check three.
Attack.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6.
Come on, let's go. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53.
Allen now operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
What we got? Check it out, Reed.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Yellow. I go blue, lady. Attack.
22 jet bomber.
Here's Wadley on the ground, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This is Johnson. He's got it. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Buying time, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season. Stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Now the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Allen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 52. Alert.
Allen going to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Darren Lee in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Call that one an even 60 yards. 6-0. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
I think you got it, son. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming up.
On 2nd and 9. Allen. Open man is Kirk. Complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
On three. Motion. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Quarterback, don't get out 35. Pass 35.
Now Allen on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that is incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says, go for it, you will actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
Double dog, that's the way.
Hey, hold.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Hey, Haywood.
Check the outs. 53's the Mike. 53, check 53. Hey, defense, let's go. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. I'm coming.
56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. To the air, Allen, and he'll find Hall. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Quit talking about it and bring it. 53's the Mike. 53. 53. Let's go, D. 53's the Mike.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.